Hello, 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 you beautiful bastards, and then some. It's your girl, Weebo Jones, coming at you from the middle of nowhere, bastards, and at college. You guys want to introduce yourself? Pretty sure everyone already knows who everyone is, though, right?
Yeah.
All
Sure.
two of them.
All right. I'm Scooby331. I've been doing this for about, I don't know, about a month or so now. Um, with YouTube and VidMe and all those. But other than that, been doing mass media for about, better part of 2 decades now. So that's me.
Nice. Who's next?
Wow, don't.
Don't all jump on it at once, kids.
Okay, the next 6 minutes. Done a lot of streaming today. I feel like the burnt side of the toast, but I will stick with it because I like hanging out with all these cool people.
Nice.
All right. I'm Greater Ajax. I'm a lazy shit poster online. That's about it.
Fair enough, fair enough. And we are the Chaos 120 show. Wow, the amount of just morale that is present right now.
I'm sorry. The supposed Antifa uprising today just bummed me the hell out because it was like watching a
train wreck not happen.
Yeah, it was like watching people being marched off to the firing squad. It was just one of the most depressing displays of non-demonstration that I've ever seen. The most exciting thing that I was doing some streaming with Ruffian earlier. You guys can watch it for yourselves. But the two most memorable things about this entire quote-unquote demonstration was this lady that was dressed up like a unicorn in this unicorn onesie that just it looked like she'd been wearing that for a week. And two little moppets it doesn't look like it was like, you know, the wigs that Hit Girl wore in Kick-Ass. It was essentially like that. There's these girls dancing around in front of this camera with glow sticks, and it was just everything else. It just like death warmed over.
Death warmed over.
Yeah, this is one of the most pathetic things I've ever seen.
Oh wow! See, I didn't even bother watching it. I had my own shit to handle. Maybe that's the secret.
I was actually supposed to go and cover it live in person, and I completely forgot. I told Six earlier I was walking around the house for about an hour, and I couldn't remember what the hell I had to do today. So I said, "Fuck it." I told my wife, I said, "Let's go to the park." So I harnessed up the dog, and I don't remember how. Oh yeah, Six had sent out a message that he was live streaming about the Antifa on the 4th, and I'm like, oh shit, that's what I was supposed to do today. So I went and looked really quick, and I couldn't find out where the hell the footage was coming from. So I hit him up. He's like, yeah, this is from New York City right now. I said, oh, okay. And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, wow, it looks like I even told him, I said it looked like a funeral procession. And I turned to my wife. I'm like, do you want to go there? And she looked at the screen. She's like, no, I want to go to the park with the dog. Okay, so I went to the park instead. I didn't even bother going to the place.
But you're better off, man.
You didn't miss much.
Yeah. By the looks of it, yeah.
If the quote unquote demonstrations were as lackluster in Chicago as they were we saw it in 3 different cities. I think the most lively was probably Austin. We saw it in San Francisco, New York, and Austin. And if it was as lackluster in Chicago as any of those other 3 places, Burnside is probably going to be in a very, very bad mood because, yeah, it's pathetic. That's the only word I can come up with. Pathetic.
Well, he's always got tomorrow with RevCon.
Yeah.
I doubt too much will be happening with that either.
God, I hope so. I'm getting so sick of this crazy shit that these kids have been doing.
Hey,
Running around in the
hey.
street.
I'm a kids.
Yeah, do you do crazy shit?
Yo, what though? You're 19. You're even younger. You're what? You're Generation Z?
No, I'm still millennial.
She's the very end of the millennials.
You're kids, but you're not those kids.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Hi, Sweeper. How are you?
What up, everyone?
What's going on, Sweeper?
What's happening, man?
Chilling.
So
Chilling,
both Sweeper
guys.
and Ajax were in my chat earlier, and they got to see some of the footage that was on my stream. And what was your assessment?
Like I said, I watched yours. I watched Gutenberg's. I watched Infowars, and then I watched what the hell's his name? He's one of the Proud Boys. What the hell's his name? I forgot what the hell his name is. But he did a live stream from Atlanta, and I watched all them, and all the turnouts were fucking hilarious as hell because nobody ever showed up.
Yeah, pretty much.
It was all pretty pathetic. I watched a few other streams as well, and it was just laughable.
The funny thing about I thought about Gutenberg's was I believe it was Gutenberg's. He had at one point he was streaming and he was showing this one Christian guy that was he showed this one Christian guy who was preaching and stuff like that, and I thought he was freaking hilarious how he was getting everyone riled up and everything. Oh my god!
Oh yeah, that was the first stream he did.
That had me cracking up, man. How he was getting everybody riled up. So I'm like, why are you getting so riled? You're giving him what he wants. He wants you to get riled up. So he's saying all the retarded shit. Just ignore him.
It's Westboro. What do you expect?
Yeah.
Hey, Sylvanas.
Hey, sorry, I'm late. I looked at the clock. It was 8 o'clock. So I'm like, okay, I have some time. So I'm spending some time with my son. Then I look at the clock and it's past 9. I'm like, wait, what?
The clock doesn't go back until 2 in the morning this morning.
I know, but I wasn't expecting. I was expecting to look at the clock and be 8:30, and I'll be like, okay, I'll get this article to 6 because I know Burnside's gonna love it, and it'll be fine. I just missed 8:30. I blinked and it turned an hour later. I'm like, well, fuck.
Nope.
Well, it'll be one bright spot on Burnside's calendar today.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sent the link to you in Discord 6.
Nice.
Cryptic send it to me. I think Burnside would love it. Speaking of, where is he?
He has not yet joined. I'll save this until he actually gets here.
Okay.
He's probably going to be late because he was out in Chicago, being part of the anti-Antifa contingent.
So are you telling me that I need to call him and bug him?
Yep.
He also, I didn't realize that he was out that late. He was on till probably about 8 o'clock my time with me and Pox. We were nerding it up, getting some game design done in Discord. So Burnside was in there with us for a while. So,
Well, that's weird. That went straight to voicemail.
He hasn't slept yet, I think. He was falling asleep when he was working with us. So
Nice.
I think his phone said it went straight to voicemail.
You guys just work people to death. That's I see how it is.
Jeez, Scoop.
No, chill.
God, Scoop. I didn't know you New Yorkers took work that serious. Fuck.
Burning the candle on both ends.
No, Japan's known for that, not New York. Fuck.
I'm usually my hours. I usually keep like 70-hour weeks.
Damn.
That's how I've always done it.
Honestly, that sucks.
That's how I like it. I like that pace.
You like keeping busy.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give the link to Burnside in case he doesn't show up.
Idle hands and whatnot.
Yeah.
I like to be busy too, but not that busy.
Oh, I don't know how to go on vacation and relax. No, I really don't. It's something I never learned. We actually, when I was a boy, we never went on vacation. I tell people all the time, when I was in third grade, we put the stooping in the front. Fourth, we put in the porch. Fifth grade was the patio in the backyard. In sixth grade, I built the bedroom that I live in now.
Huh. Well then.
Yeah. Well, it's how it was, you know. So we never like I think I went to Disney World the first time I ever went there. I was like 15 or 16 years old.
That
So first time.
I honestly am so sorry.
Hey, it happens. I'm just glad I went. Some people never get to go.
True. You wanna know what I did in freaking Disney World? I watched people's baggage because I went there for a band trip and all the girls were like, we want to do this, we want to do this, but somebody needs to watch our purses.
I hated it when I went. I think I told you, just out of coincidence, it was the first time the Islanders won the the Rangers won the Stanley Cup in like 90 years. So I think it was like 94 or 95 when I went. I was like 14 or 15 years old at the time, and I'm surrounded by all these Rangers fans in their jerseys, just, you know, screaming and having a grand old time. Oh, God. It sucked. It was like for 2 days straight being stuck at a Rangers game.
Yeah. How many Messier jerseys did you see?
Oh, God. I actually, we made up a game of it, me and my sister. I lost count after a while.
Nice.
No, Dan Curb, no one's eating ramen. Someone's getting laid in the background. Can't you tell?
Speaking of, guess what I didn't eat today? Oh, oddly
Oh,
enough.
I thought you were going to talk about sex.
No, I actually didn't have ramen today. I actually had real food.
Nice.
I had the
friends
ramen
that
today.
love me. No, I could talk about sex if you want to go that way. It seems as if people keep asking me about that shit.
I haven't gotten laid in weeks. I am very mad.
It's overrated.
It really
No, it's
is.
not. No, it's
It's
not.
overrated.
Not.
Yeah.
It's really not.
It's been years for me, so I.
Does 6 not remember how it feels?
That the good case could be made for that. That would be a good argument.
No, I'm not particularly into it like I used to when I was younger. I look at it this way: I'm really good at it, and I'm not into charity. I'm not the March of fucking dimes, so I don't feel like going. You know, I don't put out.
Did Scooby just say the March of Dimes is another way of for calling himself not a slut? Oh, okay. I'm glad I'm not the only one caught that.
No, I'm totally a slut. What are you talking about?
Hey, rock on.
You can't be a slut if you're only with one man.
So what do we call the Audubon Society?
Ken, what are you talking about? Don't limit me. Are you questioning my lived experiences, Sylvanas? I feel oppressed.
Well,
You want to
can't
take
be
us outside?
oppressed by the undead.
I demand reparations.
From the undead?
Nice.
What do you want, a kingdom in hell?
Yes.
You can't have my kingdom, but I'll see what I can do about a kingdom next to. Sound good?
All right, that works. We'll keep you neighbors. Fine.
Share Wi-Fi.
Whatever. Pay for my Xbox membership thing.
I can't even pay
That'll
for my own. I barely pay for my WoW. So.
Oh damn.
But I haven't even messed with my Xbox account for God knows how long.
I am so sorry, honestly.
I've been playing Warcraft or in PC games more.
I don't think I've played a video game in at least 2-3 years.
See, I really like playing my Xbox, but I never get the chance to. I would really like to be a PC gamer too, but I haven't earned enough money to support that potential habit. There's a jar of money on my desk sitting there, waiting to be filled so I can pay for and build my own computer.
So I have a lot of experience with that. I've built 3 myself.
My husband built my computer.
I'm probably going to need your help while I'm
I could talk to my husband. I could do software, but my husband does hardware, so
Nice.
I'm sure if you message me, I could easily get it to him and he can help.
I see.
I'm a nerd. What can I say?
To you guys, does it feel like the more time that passes and the older you get, the less free time you have just in general?
Well, you prioritize your free time differently.
Yeah.
Your priorities as far as free time, it becomes less and less recreation and just more and more shit that you got to do,
Yeah.
like chores, busybody kind of stuff.
I don't believe in free time. You can always be doing something constructive.
And for the record, World of Warcraft is something constructive. I do Let's Plays on it.
That's fine. One of the hats I wear is, I do game design. So that to me is research, R&D. That's how I got to look at it anyway. I mean, I can't stand to waste time. That's just my nature. That's probably one of the,
But I'm not gonna stop playing WoW.
I spent a good portion of my entire childhood just doing like everything. I mean, like I would go from violin class to vision therapy to a reading thing to learning to play the piano to my grandma's house to cleaning her house, and I would just have no free time at all. That like when I got older, I mean, it doesn't happen frequently at all even now, but when I got older and like summer vacation happened and I could do whatever I wanted, I just kind of reveled in it. So I would take that time to do stupid shit like play video games for shits and giggles.
Yeah, I never had summer vacation. I had to work through them when I was a kid.
Summer vacation was band camp for me.
Yeah.
Between the cello and band camp, I had no summer vacation.
I still did the violin for the summer, but like it was to a lesser extent because everyone had to go to foreign countries for some reason and didn't want to take me with them.
Yeah, I had band camp, so color guard and percussion ensemble took over most of my summer. Yeah. But I did everything I could to be busy to stay out of the house I was living in. But that was because I was in an abusive situation.
I gotcha.
When I was a kid, we had the crabbing business, so I had to be up with the tides, so we could, pull the traps, fill the buckets, drop the trap back in, drop the catch up at the fish store. Then I would usually get dressed and go to school. Summer vacation, you get back from the fish store, and usually I'd start on whatever project we were doing, either one of the patios, or when we put in the deck, or like I said, when we put in the extension. He always had us doing something over the summer. I didn't really get a good chance to sit around. So, yeah, plus I was also in Boy Scouts when I was younger. And Little League Soccer, and I played the drums.
Speaking of Boy Scouts, that's also, where's Plain?
Huh?
I said, speaking of Boy Scouts, where's Plain?
Plain up until recently was in the belly of the beast, San Francisco, California. And we had him on stream last night. And we had him, ish. What was Scooby? You probably remember this a little better than I do. He was just about to board, right? And then we were making fun of the situation because who was it, me or somebody else that made the comment? Who's that loud lady?
You.
Yeah. Okay, that was me. And
you said the loud black lady.
Oh, that's right. I was being very precise.
Oh wow.
Let's see. I was being a
facetious little brat.
Yeah, I was being a word salad buzzword person. So anyway,
Moving
Plane,
on.
yeah. So Plane had some really bad reception because a bunch of people. This is how he explained it to me, that a bunch of people started congregating around and started getting a really bad signal, so he got dropped off.
Yeah, but where is he now?
That's a good question. I think I
haven't even seen him in Discord.
Man is busy. Leave the man alone.
I saw him earlier.
Isn't he always late though?
Yes.
Specifically on Saturdays?
Yes.
Well, he's either walking his dog or putting together Swedish furniture. I'm gonna guess it's one of those two at this point.
That man has some interesting hobbies.
That he does.
He has a very special relationship with Swedish furniture.
That doesn't sound creepy at all.
Him and a dresser or a table was fighting the other night. It wasn't wanting to go together. Something from IKEA.
Yeah, it sounded like he was fighting with it.
Yeah, he was straight up cussing it out and everything.
You son of a bitch! Fit in the hole, you slut!
Something like that.
Something like that.
With my sister, she would go there, you know, because they got that free buffet.
So I would like Jordan to make a meme of a A10 warthog firing Allen wrenches.
You know, if Jordan does that, I'm changing his picture on all of our things to that. Just like I did Burnside's. I changed Burnside's picture.
To the bellboy.
Yes. Every time he sees it, he pauses and laughs.
Yeah. Which floor, please?
Does Weebo know about that story?
No, I don't know about that story. Someone inform me of that story.
We were in the middle of a conversation, and all of a sudden we start hearing Burnside go, "Elevator? Do you need the elevator?" So we all stopped talking just to listen to him go, "Elevator, elevator, do you need the elevator? Are you sure you don't need the elevator?"
That's interesting.
So Jordan turned him into or Sweeper, one of the two, turned him into a bellhopper.
Was he playing a video game when he was talking about that?
No, he was at work.
Gotcha. Okay.
Let me find my YouTube folder and I can show you the actual picture.
Nice.
Where you gonna go?
Yeah, I just get this picture in my head of him running through the hallways at his job in some weird looking uniform, screaming into his phone about communists.
Fucking Thomas, what the shit? Oh my hell, gosh, diddly darn. Something like that.
Shoot him in the
There you
knee. Shoot him in the knee. Oh, there we go. There he is in all his glory.
I straight up turned his picture on all of Chaos stuff to this.
Burnside the bellhop.
I fully intend to get drunk by the end of the stream, by the way.
Yeah, whatever works for you.
Alcohol works for me.
It is a stress
reliever.
reliever.
Myself. It's more my speed.
Granted, I've had a couple of people asking me to change Sweeper's picture, but for the picture that they're asking me to, no.
Oh, is it?
Yes, no.
Is it the Sweeper boobs picture?
Yes, no.
Sweeper has boobs? Wait, I need to see this. I like it.
Let me find it.
Oh, fucking hilarious.
I hate you all for that. I hope you know this.
Do it. Show her.
What did I do?
I'm showing her. I'm showing her. Just for the record, I hate you all for it. You guys
Noted.
are aware of this. Okay.
Oh boy.
Okay, as long as you guys are aware that I hate you for this.
Wait, who gave Sweeper tits and why was it done? I don't think I was here.
Okay, this was a night we were explaining to Burnside that men can produce milk. And I made the comment that because I actually know how Sweeper looks in person, I made the comment, I pictured him with my tits, and Jordan ran away with this.
Wait. Men can produce milk from their tits?
Yes, they can.
Okay, I'm still stuck on that. How exactly?
The same way females can, but it has to be an emergency situation. Like if the mother was breastfeeding and she passed away, the man will naturally produce milk.
That sounds like some freaking clownfish shit right there. You know, like clownfish. They transform into females when the mother dies.
The human embryo's default position is female.
Yeah, I know that.
So
What is it? There's like it starts with a D or something. It's like deuter.
From what I understand, the testosterone levels in men drop once that situation occurs, and they develop a rudimentary form of lactation.
Spicy.
Yep.
Sounds very nice.
Cool. Man milk.
Honestly, let's be real. That does not sound the least bit appetizing.
No. Sounds hairy.
Hey, women's nipples grow hair as well.
Oh yeah, you don't have to
Did you
tell
know
me.
this?
I've dated across the whole plethora and across the whole spectrum. I've seen some very furry women in my day.
Italian women? I bet it was Italian women.
Italian, Sicilian, Mexican, Turkish, Arabic, Indian, Greek.
Oh, you
Let me think.
Scooby, you're a slut.
Ah! He
No.
was. He straight up admitted on a stream that he was able to get almost any tail he wanted at one point in time.
Well, now I need to know what Scooby looks like, because if he can get any tail that he wants, then that's a skill. That is a skill.
I don't think I look like anything to write home about.
You don't look like your typical New Yorker.
Thanks.
Neither do I, let's be honest with
New
you.
Yorker.
Yeah. Wait, what does a typical New Yorker look like, Sylvanas? Just curious.
You ever watch Seinfeld?
There you go.
No?
I'm not Jewish.
Oh, shit. Right. Okay. Well then. Interesting.
The only thing that really stands out about me is my eyes. They're a weird color. They kind of like
blue. They're not weird. They're just a light blue.
I got eyes like those fucking vampires from Twilight. I don't like it.
Oh, man.
Like
My
gold
daughter has purple eyes, so shush it.
All
What?
right.
Yes, my daughter has purple eyes. If you don't believe me, ask Sweeper. He'll tell you.
Just one.
I tell you what, we go after the stream. I'll let you see what I look like. Okay?
Fair enough. I'll
I
let
don't
you
like
see
to
what I
see
look
that.
like too.
Nice.
I love you, Weebo.
Thank you.
Oh,
I love
Take
you.
a bow, Weebo. Take a bow.
no love back.
Sorry. I'm not even like a shot into this mixed drink right here.
And you don't love me? How sad. And I thought
I
we
love
were
me.
friends.
Isn't that enough?
What sort of mixed drink do you have?
So I mixed Malibu with apple cider, and it's actually really delicious.
It is.
Interesting.
You've
I'm not
never
really a
done that?
mixed
I
drink guy.
figured this out last week, and it was fan-friggin-tastic. And since I'm a lightweight, I don't need that much.
I used to drink tequila when I was your age.
Yuck.
I used to drink tequila too, and then
Yuck.
we ran out of tequila last week.
Rum.
Tequila's fine. I'm more of a mezcal kind of guy myself.
Rum
Yeah.
whiskey.
Oh, I loved mezcal back in the day. Monte Alban.
Mhm.
Oh man, I could
With
tell
the
some
bowl of
stories.
limes. There we go.
Rum and whiskey.
Oh,
that's me.
I never used training wheels.
Hmm.
No, I didn't. Christ, in my heyday, I didn't even use a shot glass.
Malevolent Devil asks, how do you get purple eyes? Okay, so your mom has to have red eyes, and your dad has to have blue eyes, and that's how that happens.
No.
Somebody has a color wheel.
Nice.
The Alexander genetic mutation. It was actually going around Facebook a couple of years ago. People were trying to say it wasn't real, but it very much is.
Yeah, I used to know a girl with purple eyes. She wasn't very nice, but she had purple eyes.
There's a famous girl, Elizabeth Taylor. She has purple eyes.
Well, had purple eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, didn't she die?
She died of the old.
But she had
That's
purple
no
eyes.
way.
She had too much of the old.
The old?
The old.
What's the old? I'm afraid to ask.
It's when you get the years, you get the old.
Yeah.
I'm not the only one having this problem. Plain thought it was later than it actually is. See, I thought it was earlier. Plain's thinking it's later.
He's living on the West Coast, and it's Twilight Zone out there anyway.
I play.
Hey, Plain.
It's okay,
What's
we
up,
forgive
Plain?
you for living in the West Coast, Plain.
Yeah, the gravity's different over there. That's why it's always so crazy.
So is the brain chemistry, apparently.
We have a very, very strong contingent of stupid on this coast. It's hard not to let it leach into everything.
Hey, Plain. Apparently, at this moment in time, nobody can get a hold of Burnside.
What?
Burnside is incommunicado.
Yeah.
He's deep in the shit.
His phone literally goes straight to voicemail.
He had said that he had survived the arrestathon, but I guess maybe that was premature.
Bet it's those filthy commies.
It is.
It's the filthy commies that are blocking his cell phone
Those bastards.
with their electromagnetic cancer.
He's probably dead asleep.
I would think.
Put money on it.
That
Yeah.
might be.
I'm not going to be in this stream very long because I need sleep. I've been up since 6 a.m. My cat was fucking waking me up about every hour, and I've been nonstop walking since I met up with my friends.
Fair enough.
So I'm exhausted.
So I'll read a couple of chaos news stories before you take off there.
I figured at least the one that I gave you.
Okay. Let's see. Since we can't find Burnside, he's just gonna have.
I
to
already
listen
gave
to
Burnside the article, so once he wakes up, he'll see it and read it.
this. Okay. Plain, you're kind of roboting on us.
Oh, okay. Let me switch what work I'm on and see if that helps.
You filthy Terminator. You.
Well, since Burnside's not here, we need a robot.
Fair enough.
Okay, let me queue up that story and I'll get it read.
Oh, since you're trying to queue up this story, I'm going to ask a question. Weebo, what's up with the name of the stream?
It has something to do with what we were talking about during the Lords of the Night earlier.
I was off and on in that stream.
So the thing is, Monkey got me to admit that apparently I have a pair of testicles and that I shave them, and then I was like, "Nuh-uh, I don't shave them. Obviously, I let them go." And he's like, "So Weeb's got hairy balls, so she's got dreadlocks on her nuts," and I was like, "Yep." So that's what happened.
You know, that's going to lead to an interesting meme, right?
That is already an interesting meme. Everyone already thinks I'm a trap, so let's just go with it. It's fine. I can take it.
So here's another question, Weebo. When am I getting my song?
Yes. What song?
The pirate song.
Pirate song. I forgot the lyrics, so maybe when
It said to you on Twitter.
I know, but here's the thing. I have been hella busy, so I didn't get a chance to learn the lyrics that time from last week. So I will
you know I'm
do
just
that.
picking on you.
I know, but I'm also inebriated, so things are a little bit easy right now.
Oh, I understand.
Well, now that we're on the subject of testicles.
Speaking of nutsacks.
Apparently, a 19-year-old man who shot himself in the penis after allegedly holding up a Southside hot dog stand Tuesday won't be going home when he's released from the hospital. Terrion Pouncey remained at Christ Hospital recovering from his injuries on Thursday, missing a bond hearing at the Layton Criminal Courthouse on 2 counts of armed robbery, the Chicago Sun-Times is reporting. Apparently, this is the guy that we were talking about the other day.
No, the guy with the nutsack that needs to be a little bit less, because you don't just rob a convenience store.
You gotta have some pizzazz.
Exactly.
Pouncey was arrested at the Oak Lawn Hospital not long after he was found slumped on the steps of a home across the street from a West Pullman restaurant that Chicago police said he robbed at gunpoint about 6 a.m. on Halloween. Judge Stephanie Miller ordered him held without bond. Pouncey was unable to run further because of the pain of a self-inflicted gunshot wound suffered when he tried to adjust the .38 caliber pistol in his waistband as he ran off after robbing Maxwell Street's Express at 116th and Halstead. Assistant Cook County State Attorney Aaron Antionetti said in court, Pouncey had pulled out the gun and demanded cash from 2 employees, pressing the gun to the head of a 39-year-old worker, Antonetti said. The victim, who had been passing a bucket filled with grease over the counter, called for his co-worker to hand over the cash from the register. As they passed their wallets and a stack of singles to Pouncey, the bucket tipped and the bills went flying, Antonetti said. Still pointing the gun at the workers, Pouncey stooped over to collect the cash, Antonetti said. Good not. How can he... poor writing. Shifting the gun in his waistband, he ran out and apparently pulled the trigger,
now, not me.
firing a bullet that struck him in the penis. I kid you not, Antonetti said.
Oh boy.
One of the restaurant employees, 39, then began wrestling with Pouncey as he tried to run away before he staggered out into the street, which oddly enough does not end with Antonetti said. Surveillance cameras captured the video and audio of the robbery and showed Pouncey struggling to make it across the street, stop on the bench, and make his way to the steps of a nearby house before collapsing. Guess what? Antonetti said. Police recovered the wallets Pouncey had allegedly stolen from the two men, as well as the .38 caliber pistol. Pouncey's blood-stained boxers matched the underwear he had on in the surveillance video, which begs the question, how in the hell did they see his underwear in the surveillance video, unless they were down around his ankles or...
Oh, shit.
Probably.
He was riding them low.
They were around.
So apparently we have a chaos meme, by the way. I don't know how it's tied to ours. I know how it's tied to Lord of the Knights, but I don't know how it's tied to ours.
Nice.
Okay.
So I was gonna say, you know, your life's in the shitter when you have to rob a hot dog stand.
I know,
Yeah.
right? And you shoot your own hot dog.
Yeah.
Who the fuck shoots their own hot dog?
Yep. This guy apparently did.
He came in with a net of hot dogs.
Hashtag hot dog lives matter.
Indeed.
So we could all think cryptic for this article.
Yes.
All I gotta say is karma's a bitch.
Okay, Ajax has just sent me a headline here. Apparently, this may be turning out to be a Florida man story.
Oh shit! What up, Florida man?
I shared a article that Lady Monkey also shared for MS News. It's about a Florida woman drunk on a horse.
Edgewater, Florida. A church in Edgewater is changing its sign after a message about forgiveness was misinterpreted by many in the community as a sexual innuendo. Okay.
What? I'm sorry.
Well, I'm gonna let it go right here. Because the angel's still awake.
Is this one of
I'll see you
the
guys later.
Is this one of those references?
Bye, Sylvanas.
Bye bye.
See you later, Sylvanus.
Take it easy.
Is this one of those references to Jesus coming?
Sorry, what? You were a robot.
Is this one of those references to Jesus coming?
No, not quite.
It's about as bad. The sign outside the Bella Villa Baptist Church read, "Forgiveness is swallowing when you want to spit."
Oh shit!
That was
Oh
definitely,
shit!
Damn.
definitely a sexual innuendo.
I can't even begin to imagine the amount of cluelessness and normiehood
That was the back.
to compose something like this and not even catch the slightest bit of innuendo or irony. This is
It's
staggering.
true, though.
That was not.
That's what forgiveness is, guys.
Probably not staggering as much as the guy who just got fellatio. And anyhow,
Forgiveness
is
swallowing when you want to spit.
Holy shit! Yeah.
Guys, remember, spitters are quitters.
Indeed.
Guys, quitters.
Don't wallow when you swallow.
Are you guys quitters? Just curious. We don't want any quitters here, do we?
Representatives from the church say the sign was completely innocent and was intended as encouragement to forgive. However, many interpreted the sign in a salacious manner.
Yep.
A woman in the community posted the sign on Facebook saying she did a U-turn to come back and take a photo. Many people commented with laughter, with another writing, "Don't think they thought this one through."
Yeah, I'd say so.
Would you say that they had a come to Jesus moment?
I guess
Fuck yeah.
they had to release some of that faith. Let's see.
Down and dirty with Jesus.
The church said it intends to remove the forgiveness message after the controversy. "We apologize if anyone was offended," officials from the church wrote. Oh my gosh.
They asked for forgiveness, you're telling me?
They do. And I don't know what amount of spit or swallowing they intend to perform to accrue said forgiveness.
Oh, God.
Holy shit.
I love this. I love it so much.
Let's see. We have something from the Chaos 120 News section, something from our field reporter Colleen Bernier. Woman gets a sentimental tattoo on chest, but massively regrets it.
Okay.
Oh, Lord, I can imagine.
Wait, what is the tattoo?
Let's see. She got the tattoo when she turned 18, but now regrets having it done and says it makes men not want to date her.
Okay.
Okay. A woman got her dog's paw prints tattooed to her chest and is regretting the decision.
What the
Adele
fuck,
Smith,
really?
Adele Smith, 28, had the ink done when her beloved black Newfoundland Max turned 8, the usual life expectancy of the breed. If all these damn ads would stop popping up, I can read the rest of the article. Okay, the charity worker from Leicester, don't know how to pronounce that, traced Mac's paw prints as he reached the end of his life and had them tattooed in his memory. They are 8 inches wide and 3.5 inches high, and Adele paid £100 per paw, so that's 200 pounds for.
That's a lot of pounds, man.
Hell yeah.
It's not the best looking tattoo in the world. I'll say that. But now Adele says the art is a mistake, and that makes men not want to date her. Some crude and awful have dubbed her paw tits. So we can tell Sylvanas it could get worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least we're not calling her paw tits. So I'll show you a picture here in just a bit. I haven't had a proper relationship since I got it done 10 years ago, said Adele. People don't look at me or want to talk to me. It's all about my boobs.
Wait, I really need to see a picture of this now because it sounds greater than it is.
Okay, I will share my screen.
Yeah, I'm a little curious as well.
Let's see if I can get my screen share here up and running.
Because I'm thinking it has to do more with her looks, not not her tits. Is why guys won't date her.
Yeah, because guys have like super low standards when it comes to tits. Like tits are tits, right?
Yeah.
Yep, they are. They are certainly.
Men actually aren't as superficial as women.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or not. I guess if you can get it. But I usually, if a woman's personality is really shitty, I don't give a shit how good she looks or how bad. That's not
Okay,
that
someone
bad.
present me.
Oh, hello.
I can see it. I can see it. It's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't look
like
bad.
I've seen worse,
a
but
clown in her shirt, but
It was vision, but it's not like, there's got to be some other reason.
Yeah.
They're not that bad. I mean, you could
it
have
wouldn't be
a different place, but
yeah, she's kind of pretty. It wouldn't be a deal breaker for me, but they are not subtle.
No.
Yeah, there's got to be something else because if it's been 10 years and she hasn't gotten anything, there's another reason.
it's her face.
Yeah.
She's British, so
That's her.
Nope.
Yeah,
it's
kind of pretty.
That's what it is.
Kind of pretty. It might be her personality that it may not be the paw tits. It might be just she's kind of crazy.
How much you want to bet she's one of them women where like she brings the guy home and you walk up into the house and she's got like every square inch of the house is Newfoundland themed.
She's probably
Yeah. So I'm gonna end screen share so you can depresent me here.
I would say the ashes are in the entryway of her home.
No.
Oh God.
Oh jeez.
All right, I will unpresent you.
I would say that, if she'd put those on like between her shoulder blades or something, it would probably have been a better decision.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
You don't mess with the tits, guys. Come on.
Amen.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was a bit aggressive.
Yeah, the boobs are a canvas you want to steer away from.
See, I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
Well,
Yeah, some guys are into it, others aren't so much into it.
I actually had an ex, and she was at one point she was like a double D, maybe a triple. I don't know how big she was.
Triple
and she
D's
went
are
in.
big man.
She went in for a slight reduction, and they fucked up, and they wound up giving her the equivalent of a double mastectomy. She went down to like an A cup.
Holy fuck.
And she had these huge scars all over her chest from them doing it. It looked like strips of bacon. I actually wound up staying with her for like about a good 4 or 5 months until she kicked me to the curb. I didn't care that she had those scars. She had a great personality, and she was a real sweetheart. So I think really that this girl it's like six that she might just be balls crazy.
Yeah, let's see what the rest of this article says. The tattoo was meant to be something to remember Max by, but whenever I look at my boobs, rather than thinking of him, I think of what a mistake I've made. Adele, who is also has a tattoo in remembrance of her pet rabbit, wanted the design to be a happy, lasting reminder of Max. After tracing his wet paw prints, she took the outline on paper to a local tattooist and had it done. The artist took an hour perfecting the image. Adele said, "I have the cherry tattoo on my neck, but getting Max's paw prints done meant I needed a bigger space, and the only area I could think of that was big enough was my chest." Adele was 18 at the time and loved the paw prints to begin with, but just a year later she began to doubt the ink, and now 28, she's really not a fan. Okay, well, here's one option she could have taken. Go to like a Kinko's and have them reduce the size of the actual paw prints and have them done smaller on a different part of her. I guess she didn't think that one through.
Most tattoo shops can change the size of your tattoo and shit, man. So I don't know what else she's talking about.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't she think? Okay, so she's like, the only place that they would fit was on my boobs, but like the back is an area that is very, open.
I've seen chicks that get if they're gonna get paw prints. I've seen them get tattoos on like their thighs and shit. So
yeah, I was just gonna say the thigh, the shoulder is anywhere.
Yeah, the side. Anyhow, let's see. Quote, I went to university in Portsmouth where everybody noticed my tattoo, which I love, she recalled. I was in the buzz of freshers, always getting my boobs out and showing my tattoos off. I guess it became my thing. But then I started getting negative comments and being called names like paw tits. They were the first thing that everyone noticed. Everything became about my boobs and the tattoos and not about me. Even if they were slightly on show and someone noticed, I'd shudder and want the ground to swallow me up. Adele said she started hating her boobs and started wearing neck-high tops to cover them up, even in summer, which was uncomfortable. And she blames her lack of success with men on her tattoo. My self-confidence has been shattered by them, she said, and I'm sure that's why I haven't had many relationships lasting for more than a month in 10 years. Blokes get the wrong idea about me. They think I'm easy, which is not what I am like at all. Adele started laser treatment to get rid of the paws. Sadly, it's going to cost her 1,000 pounds, and the work will take 18 months.
So, the lesson here is be careful what you tattoo on your body.
That's a good one.
Just pick out where you're going to put it with more thought.
Yeah.
You know, as someone who's not a fan of tattoos on boobs, one of the things I have found, though, is there's some really nice work that cancer survivors have had done to cover up their scars.
Yeah.
Some of them some really nice work.
I don't know. I dated a lot of chicks that were covered with ink, so it never really bothered me.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
One trend, I like tattoos. I mean, I'm an artist myself, and I appreciate really good art. I don't like these weird kind of this new trend of tattoos where they get a bunch of little tiny ones all over the place, and it looks like they've been attacked by a gang of 5-year-olds with those little stamps.
So you're all about the big artwork then.
Yeah, I like not huge, but really well done art. I don't like all the little weird sentimental tiny tattoos all over the place. It just
style. The way you're talking about, that's how they do it in the Navy, all the small pieces. Like my brother, he was a Marine, so he has all those small pieces. I think my brother has something like 36 tattoos, maybe 38. I don't remember.
And see, I actually want tattoos, but I want them to be distributed. Like, they're not going to be super small, but they're not going to be massive, but they are going to be distributed pretty evenly.
Yeah, you're not going to get like a giant picture of the Ghost Rider on your back or something like that.
No, that's my boyfriend. He really wants a dragon on his back.
Get him to get Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider's awesome.
Ghost Rider. Got it. Okay. I'll
Johnny Blaze.
Ghost Rider.
OG.
All right. Will do.
Let's see. Florida woman story.
Ooh,
Florida
yes.
woman.
Florida woman on horseback charged with a DUI. Lakeland, Florida. A Florida woman may have to pony up after police busted her for riding a horse down a busy highway while intoxicated. So, Weebo, don't you go riding any horses tonight.
God fucking damn it. That's exactly what I was. Why you gotta be so rude, Six? Jesus, that's
always killing the fun, man.
I'm just horsing around.
I see what you did there.
You don't have to nag me.
Hey, chill out.
It appears as though the shoe is on the other hoof. Okay, enough horse jokes. Polk County.
Enough horsing around, guys.
Nay. Okay.
Did you just nay me?
I guess. Polk County Police arrested 53-year-old Donna Byrne and charged her with drunk driving after multiple drivers called 911 to report a woman on a horse was hoofing it down the highway. Okay, now they're doing it. I'm not.
Oh shit!
Polk County Sheriff officials said in the news release that someone called 911 about a woman who appeared confused and possibly in danger. When deputies arrived, they found Byrne riding her horse in the road. Officers did a sobriety test and said she gave a breath samples that registered blood alcohol level of 0.161, much higher than Florida's legal limit of 0.08. Miss Byrne was obviously not in any condition to be on the road. This woman doesn't look like she's in any condition to be in public either. Anyway, Polk County Sheriff Grady Judd said in a news release, she not only put herself and the horse in danger, but also anyone who was driving on the road, which was typically very busy. I want to segue here for just a second. I remember watching one of those after-school specials about alcohol consumption for the young teenagers. And there was one scene where this at-risk girl was flipping hammered and took one of her friend's horses out to ride it around. Got ended up hit by a truck or something like that, and they had to put the horse down. And that was the moral lesson of the after-school special.
What the fuck?
What kind of after-school special are you watching, man? Holy shit!
Hey, this was the 80s. This was the 80s, man.
I remember those.
What exactly is an after-school special? I am curious.
Okay, the after-school special was generally something that was educational and instructional about things concerning staying in school, staying off of drugs, not getting into the booze, and
Come on, Sasha.
it's
So
just
basically,
generally,
just in school now.
yes, it was sort of a moral of the story, kind of Aesop's fable sort of thing.
That's nice. Here.
Yeah, they were typically pretty boring and very, very poorly produced. I never cared for much of anything like that. So I
scare the shit out of me, some of those things that they had on.
Yeah, they were. This was the 1980s, and subtlety was non-existent.
The fuck is a subtlety?
Subtlety. When is Miami Vice coming
Subtlety.
on?
That sounds delicious. I'll have 3
With cheese. Okay, let's see.
Pick up the
You
Parmesan
remember,
cheese.
6, really quick. Remember they had that drunk driving commercial where they showed the teenagers getting in the car, and it was like during a rainstorm and they're driving, and then all of a sudden the car is full of skeletons.
Yeah.
That came out, I think I was like, it came out in I think like 85 or 86. I was like 6 or 7 years old.
Yeah, that was right around when the Mothers Against Drunk Driving started their operations.
No one else.
I wouldn't let my sisters leave the house because I thought they were going to turn into skeletons.
Yeah.
That's what I took away from that commercial. It fucked me up really bad as a kid.
The 80s were intense, man.
Yeah.
I remember Dan Curb says the DARE program was ridiculous. Yes, I remember the DARE program. I'm pretty sure that anyone who was like a one of those like leader in one of those leadership programs for the DARE program, the moment they left the DARE program and moved on to like high school or some shit or college or whatever, they were the biggest drug addicts.
The only people I saw in high school still wearing that shirt were all high.
When what was that? I can't hear you. You're roboting again, hon.
I was saying everybody I saw wearing the shirt in high school was always high.
It's like you went into a tunnel.
Yeah.
Well, I'll read a little further here.
Malevolent Devil, hang on, I want to respond to something. Malevolent Devil, Weebo means in Turkish, and this is a direct translation, one with the llamas.
It's like Winamp, really whipped the llama's ass.
Sorry, you can't take me seriously right now, so please don't.
And Winamp was like a precursor to iTunes, and in my opinion, a superior MP3 player for the desktop computer.
Fair enough.
Let's see. Byrne was charged with DUI and animal neglect for endangering and failing to provide proper protection for the horse.
That is why we can't have nice things.
That's true. Deputies took the horse to the Polk County Sheriff's Animal Control Livestock Facility. She was booked into the Polk County Jail. It's unclear whether she retained an attorney. Okay, I don't know who. Are they talking about the horse or the woman?
Probably both.
Yeah, because the subject is still the horse. Deputies took the horse to the Polk County Sheriff's Animal Control Livestock Facility. Assuming that the horse is a she, it says then she was booked into the Polk County Jail. So they took the horse to the Animal Control Livestock Facility. Then they booked it into the jail, and it's unclear whether this horse retained an attorney. That's how it's written.
Of course. This is the best.
Anyhow,
how do you
I'm starting to complain as much as Sylvanus does about the writing of these articles. Anyhow.
You just ignore it. That's what I do.
Alrighty. According to police, Byrne has a prior criminal history that includes 5 felony and 10 misdemeanor charges consisting of cruelty to animals, drug possession, probation violation, and criminal traffic.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Yep. Particularly this person. Florida woman, you came through for us tonight.
Indeed.
And it's whether we don't know if you're forgiven for the swallowing and or spitting.
No one.
Quitters are quitters.
Oh, well, we can continue the horseplay.
Ha!
Not to be outdone.
No more horsing around, kids.
Not to be outdone by Florida woman, a Minnesota man.
Uh-oh.
Threw a punch at a police horse.
How dare!
Yep.
This is why we can't have nice things, guys.
Yes.
You do not assault horses.
Yeah, this guy certainly did not acquire his lucky horseshoe. Let's see. A man was arrested after he reportedly punched a police horse near a bar in downtown Minneapolis over the weekend. WCCO reports that Jacob Solberg, 22, ran up on the horse without provocation and hit it on its rear end, leading to his arrest. The horse was uninjured, but police say the man's punch could have scared the horse, which would have created a dangerous situation. When something does happen and they are struck, they can rear up and they can throw the rider. That's what makes it so dangerous. Corey Schmidt of the Minneapolis Police Department said. The Minneapolis Police Department has 12 horses and often uses them to patrol the streets in downtown when it gets crowded and chaotic on weekend nights. Solberg was held on jail on suspicion of 4th-degree assault.
So this guy he punched the horse in the ass.
Yeah.
How dare.
Now he has to pony up the bail.
See when your friggin' horse puns.
That's crazy.
We have another Florida woman story.
Okay.
Yes!
This weekend is bountiful. Okay. Scooby, you might wince a bit when you hear this. Woman hits bouncer with beer.
What?
It happens.
It happens.
What?
A Gainesville woman was arrested Monday after hitting a nightclub bouncer with a 12-pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
All right, that's a bit of a stretch. That's a new one on me. That's a lot of beer.
That's 12 freaking pack of Pabst Blue Ribbon beer.
How dare.
Following the whole, that sounds like quite a haymaker.
Yeah. Casey Lynn Wiley, 27, hit the bouncer with a box of beer after he tried to remove her from the bar, located at 201 West University Avenue. According to the report, the bar had closed and she refused to leave, police said. An officer said she saw Wiley hit the bouncer at about 3:10 a.m. Wiley was handcuffed while police investigated the incident, but she still tried to leave the scene, according to the report. After she was released from the handcuffs, Wiley refused to give her name or date of birth to police. According to the report, Police said Wiley was behaving violently and yelling profanities. Wiley later gave her name and birth date to an officer. Afterwards, she stepped forward toward an officer in an aggressive way after being told not to. GBT spokesman Officer Ben Tobias wrote in an email. The bouncer didn't want to press charges against Willie, Tobias said. Willie was arrested on a charge of disorderly conduct and taken to the Alachua County Jail, where she was released Monday morning on her own recognizance.
Oh boy. These Florida women, man. Just, oh.
Yeah. This, I guess that assault was cheaper by the dozen.
Why did she bring it to the? Why did she go to the bar if she already had a 12?
That's a good question. Was the 12-pack there prior to her arrival, or was it something she brought there?
It may not have been hers. You're right.
I'm not gonna lie. There was a few times where I'm guilty of that, where I would sneak my own beer in. Like I'd buy one from the house, and then just so I wouldn't have to keep paying the house, I'd just keep sneaking like I was going to hit the head and just switch beers. It's a little bit underhanded. I'm not gonna lie. It's a bit of a scumbag move, but
Just a little bit.
hey, it's $8 a beer up here.
Well, then it's not even worth it, man. Don't even do it.
Ooh. I found a frisky article.
Ooh.
How many cats?
I don't know. This one also comes from our field reporter, Colleen Bernier.
Oh, shit. What up?
Uh-oh.
Apparently, a naked saleswoman paid by boss to walk through office to boost morale in Wolf of Wall Street type stunt. Warning, contains graphic images.
Oh, shit. What up?
Are you going to share them?
The woman wears just sunglasses and a pair of boots as she walks up and down in front of her colleagues. I'll throw you guys the link to the article after I read this.
I call bullshit. You said she was naked.
Let's see. A woman paraded naked in front of her colleagues after allegedly being paid by her boss to boost morale in a Wolf of Wall Street type stunt. The woman, who has not been identified, appears to strut up and down while her male colleagues wolf whistle and cheer her on. She is wearing nothing but sunglasses and a pair of black boots. It is believed that the footage was It is believed that the footage was captured on a mobile phone at a company in the Polish capital of Warsaw. Oh, this is your people there. They're Weebo.
Oh, you gotta love
Reports suggest the woman was given money by her boss to strip off for her colleagues. Rather good shape, I would say. She appears to smile and gives the middle finger to the camera as she passes. But just a few days later, it was revealed the woman reportedly resigned from the company. Speaking out after watching the video, one viewer wrote, "No values, money rules this filthy world." Anyhow, another added, "The world is ending. People behave like animals for what? For a piece of paper they sell themselves. The loss of their dignity and respect, sad and pathetic." But one viewer was much less critical, adding, "I do not understand the indignation. The girl wanted to go naked and did. I do not like it, but let's not be so prudish. I get the impression that some here have never seen a naked woman before."
Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's been rectified.
Yep. It's very necessary to do that.
These boots are made for walking, and walking's what they do.
Fuck yeah, bitches.
And here is the article I'm throwing into side chat for all of you to enjoy.
Alright.
Can you throw it in Discord as well?
I will do that as well.
Okay.
Everybody, convene at Plains Discord, and it will be there for you, waiting for your viewing pleasure or displeasure, whatever floats your boat.
Oh wow. Actually butt naked. So why the fuck would she do it and then quit if she didn't want it? I don't
I thought it was tits or GTFO, not and.
But she got paid for it.
I mean, was there coercion involved? Because if there's coercion, that's the only way I'm really going to have an issue with this. Because, you know, as a libertarian, I don't really care.
I don't either. So long as she, you know, that was.
If she's not feeling coerced, it's not a problem for me. If they're not feeling
and if
they're not feeling forced to watch her, I don't have a problem with that either.
Exactly, but like if she had second thoughts, that's her problem, not anyone else's problem.
Yeah, and she should say no if she has second thoughts, and I fully support her in her right to do so.
Exactly.
Well, if you guys thought that was kinky, I got something even better.
Hit me with your best.
Okay, former mayor paddles man he claims was breaking into his truck.
Oh wow, paddles like
paddles
with a rowboat paddle.
Paddle the man.
A ping pong paddle.
Paddled into something.
Paddle?
Which kind of paddle?
We'll find out.
The type of paddle matters. 6.
A former mayor in Mississippi.
Haven't seen, I'm sorry, 6. I didn't mean to cut you off. But I wanted to ask really quick. Am I the only one here who's ever actually seen one of those paddles that you used to whop the fuck out of a kid with?
Yes.
Yeah.
I saw another kid getting smacked pretty good back in the day before corporal punishment was outlawed in every school in the nation.
My grandparents over in Hoboken, they actually had one of those paddles up on the wall.
Yep. Was it the one with the holes drilled in it?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We call it the Board of Education.
Exactly.
You know, we used to get the belt back in my day.
Oh, I caught the belt many times. My father, may he rest in peace, he was Sicilian. He used to wear rings on every finger. And if I didn't listen, he would grab my hair with one hand and he'd pull up his fist with the other and give me a rap on the top of the head.
Oh boy.
Oof, it hurt.
My
School of Hard Knocks.
Have you guys ever seen a violin bow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was on the receiving end of one of those whackers.
Yeah.
See, I used to get the wooden spoon.
Not nice.
Yeah,
I was
so-
going to say wooden
dude,
spoon.
so did
Wooden
I.
spoon and my mother with those jelly slippers.
Oh,
I got a spanking with one of those you know, those big hairbrushes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, I got the shit beat at me. Well, I don't want to say the shit beat at me. I get smacked around for things, but it wasn't like I got a beating like I didn't deserve it. I did stupid things like, oh, hell, I don't know. I painted the rug once with the roller brush. You know, I did shit like that. You know, I put like the lines in the highway on the rug using the roller brush because I wanted to play cars. So that's what I did.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I won't say what I did, but I deserved it the time that I got it. I'll just leave it at that.
It wasn't like I spilled milk. You know, it was something stupid like gluing the cast in the ceiling, that sort of shit. You know, I earned.
Yeah.
My dad got a friggin' frying pan once, too, I believe.
Was it a stainless steel, aluminum, or cast iron?
God, I hope aluminum.
Yeah,
I can't remember, but it hurt him, I guess.
Yeah, if it was cast iron, then he died and you don't exist.
He's still alive.
Right now, I'm dying to know what this guy actually spanked the hell out of this intruder with.
The thing is, aluminum's usually covered in Teflon, and you want to make the punishment stick.
Oh.
What up?
There we go.
This
That had
is
some
how we
spice on
do
it.
it.
Let's see. A former mayor in Mississippi literally took justice in his own hands. He paddled a man he said was breaking into his truck. Tony Yarber, a former mayor of Jackson, Mississippi, earlier this week, subdued a 22-year-old robbery suspect after his wife saw a suspicious vehicle outside their home Sunday morning before heading to church. Yarber went outside to investigate, and that's when he confronted a man who was allegedly breaking into his truck. When I kicked the door, the guy fell, and when he fell, we struggled for a minute, and I was able to subdue him, Yarber told Fox News. I brought him under the garage because I was cognizant that there were possibly another person out there because my wife said that there were 2 people, so I wanted to cover myself. The Former mayor who was trained in martial arts for 30 years held the man down and paddled him. Police identified the man behind the alleged crime as Juwan Bibbs. I figured if he was going to get out in a day, I would put the paddle on him, Yarber said. Yarber's daughter captured part of the incident on video. Yarber said he thought about his own son when he saw how young the alleged burglar appeared. He also noted that he's had experience with dealing with break-ins at his home before. According to Yarber's account, the incident, Bibbs pleaded for his life and talked about how he had a young child. The police said a gun that is believed to belong to Bibbs was recovered from the scene. Yarber said he realized things could have gone quickly awry. It didn't dawn on me how it could have gone until the police officer said be grateful they didn't do anything to your wife when she came out to your car alone, Yarber noted, or that the gun, that he didn't get an opportunity to use the gun on you.
Boy.
Police say Bibbs was charged with auto burglary and possession of marijuana. He was being held on $20,000 bond at a detention center in Hinds County, Mississippi, but has since posted bail. It is unclear if he's retained an attorney, but Yarber, who is also a pastor and former elementary school principal, said Bibbs showed up at his church on Wednesday to apologize. In his apology, Yarber says Bibbs told him he wasn't himself during the incident and was under the influence of drugs. What I told him is that I wanted to talk through this process, but it was going to walk through it with him. For me, that's important. Yarber said, while there's grace and mercy, there is also responsibility for actions. He's going through the process. I'm going through it with him. I'm not there to condemn. If a judge asked me, should we put him in jail, I would likely say no. Okay. Since there was a video on this particular thing, I will post that, of course, in side chat. So you can see for yourself what was used to paddle the buttocks of said Mr. Bibbs.
That's awesome.
That's actually pretty interesting.
That is. That's actually a cool story.
Yeah, and then he apologized to the guy as well, too. Like, yo, what the frick?
You know, if more people got a spanking, then perhaps there'd be more respect in this society.
I guess you're right.
It's kind of late in the game to start paddling this guy, but anyhow.
Apparently not. It's never too late. 6.
Well,
it's never too late.
What I was telling Whitey on Halloween, in my neighborhood, if they catch you, you know, like if an old lady leaves out a bowl, you know, where it says take one, and, you know, the older guys catch somebody stealing the candy bowl, they're taking your candy away and dumping it in the bowl, your bag. That's what they're gonna do. They might smack you around and take your costume from you too.
Of course.
You know, that's the way it is. You know, in this neighborhood. It used to be when I was a kid. I was talking to a few cops about this about a year ago, and I told them, you know, I remember when I was a kid, if the cops caught somebody doing something and they were young and they had no record, the cops wouldn't run them in. They'd go get their dinner. And they'd bring the kid to the house, and the cops would sit in front of the house, and they'd eat their dinner, and they'd watch the father beat the living shit out of the kid all over the lawn.
So your cops are the best.
That's how it used to go down. They don't got it like that no more, and that sucks. Because that I think solves a lot of the problems.
Well, it's that sense of community. Like, there's got to be some sort of like personal touch. If you know people that are in your community, I mean, like, one, the community polices itself because everyone knows everybody, but two, it just you feel bad about, you know, doing shit to people within your community because you know them. There's a lot more of a personal level there.
I don't want to go into it too long because I've talked about it before, but I'm just going to recap. I'll tell you about it. There was a kid in my neighborhood, and he got caught stealing old lady's heart medicine because you take heart medicine, you can actually get like a kind of high off of it. So this asshole was stealing this old lady's heart medicine. She was going to die without it. And this guy in the neighborhood caught him. And the kid that he caught, he tried to talk to him cool about it and tell him, you know, what are you doing? You're stealing his heart medicine. And this kid decided to run his mouth. Long story short, they abducted this kid for the better part of 24 hours, drove around with him in the trunk of a car, and beat him to the point where he was disfigured.
Oh shit!
That's basically,
Damn.
yeah. You don't do that in my neighborhood. You know, that's what I
That's
tell people
that's
all the time.
neighborhood
Yeah.
justice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't call the cops around here. Like, it's actually you get ostracized if you call the police around here. You handle shit yourself. I was telling Burnside, because, you know, over in Chicago, how they got that problem with all the guns. I told him, my neighborhood, you pull a gun, you got to move out of town. They'll show up at your fucking house. You really got to leave. We don't, no one brings guns in the neighborhood. That's just how it goes down. You don't do it. Like, I remember one kid brought a gun out, and he had it up at the bar, and he shows it to me. He's like, yo, Scoob, I want to show you something. I'm like, well, yo, what's good, kid? And he pulls it out. He's got a 38 snubby on him. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, yeah, it's all right. And he's like, I'm ready. I'm like, you don't understand. You pull that out in here. He's like, somebody's going to shove it up your ass. And this kid was big. He was a big boy. He was about 6'4", you know, 220. He was a big strapping kid. He pulled out the piece. They broke his fucking arm in 6 places and threw him over the fence.
Fuck.
Well, you pull the thing out, you got to point it and you got to pull the trigger. You can't pull the thing out. That's just how it works. You can't just, and the kid just pulled the piece out, didn't use it, and it got taken away from him and he got dealt with. That's what happens, you know?
Yeah, no, see, in my neighborhood, the cops, they know the kids in the neighborhood. And it's not because they get called on them all the time. It's just because there's like this community type thing where everyone knows everybody. And the cops know kids because the cops, like, they hang out with the kids, too. It's not just like, oh, that's a cop. It's scary.
You know, we had an incident happen once at one of the bars up here in the neighborhood. It isn't there no more. It's it got closed down. It was Ginger's for a little while, and they changed it from Ginger's because it got really bad when it was Ginger's. Then it was the Rail House, and when it was the Rail House, ironically, the one night that the kid that I told you they took him and threw him in the trunk and beat the shit out of him, he was up there with me that one night because I was friendly with him before he got into drugs. He was a younger kid, and I took him around with me. And kid came in. He was from a different neighborhood. I think he was from he might have been from Roosevelt or Freeport. And he's in and he's running his mouth how he's going to go home and he's going to get his piece and he's going to shoot up the bar. Everyone looks at each other and somebody goes like this to the kid. He's like, George, you lock the door. So he locks the door and the guy looks at everybody and he looks at me. I'm like, well, now you can't leave. And they tuned this fucking guy up so badly that I couldn't believe it. I walked out the back door. I'm like, holy shit. They really did. Oh my God, what they did to this guy. But he never came back. But that's, you know, the type of shit that went down in the neighborhood. And that's the thing. That's, you know, I hate saying it. That's part of the reason we don't have a lot of the problems that they have in like different parts of Brooklyn. And, you know, it doesn't go down in my neighborhood because they don't let it.
It's a system of keeping people honest.
Yeah.
Yeah. I showed you the article with my boy who escaped from Queens County when he was locked up when he was inside when he found out that guy in the neighborhood that had the girls chained up in his basement when he was locked up in county. What he did to him. You know, because he didn't no one handled him out on the street. He got handled when he was inside, and he can't walk. Yeah, he can't walk anymore now. So, you know, that's what I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about, Sweeper. I'm sure you know I've been through parts of the bricks up in Jersey, so
yeah, it's not too far off, man.
yeah. Well, that's how you got to handle it when you got this many people in such a small space, you know.
Yeah. If karma doesn't if it doesn't show up on its own, sometimes you know you gotta push it.
Yeah. You know, that's the thing. That's part of the reason, you know, I say like people they were always talking about Big Brother. You know, there's cameras everywhere. I like having cameras everywhere around here because all the shit I was talking about happened before we had cameras. We have cameras. That shit doesn't happen no more. Like seriously, people aren't getting the shit beat out of them and like dragged into buildings and like the doors locked and windows drawn and shit. You know, it's You know, with some primitive shit going on. And yeah, we needed cameras everywhere. Like you go on the corner in my neighborhood, and there's like on one building we got like 8 cameras. They're pointed in every direction, and then the building right next to it's got like another 8 cameras pointed in every direction. They're pointed up at the rooftops. They're pointed at the across the street, down the block. You need them. You need them around here. You know, that's the sad thing. And again, it all harkens back to the damn gun laws. We need guns.
Yeah.
I agree.
Definitely.
So an armed populace is a polite populace.
It is.
Amen
See,
to
what I
that.
want to do is when I get my own place, I'm gonna put up cameras everywhere around that place,
Of course.
and then
Not
hide a
just for
shit
fun.
ton of. Well, no, of course.
Both.
Y'all know me too well. Yeah. But no, it's not just for fun. It would be for practical purposes, such as what we are referring to prior to the kinky shit that you guys were trying to loop me in on.
Yeah.
But like that, and also like my house is gonna be decorated in a shit ton of weapons too, not just guns, but like medieval, ancient warfare, battle armaments and shit, because that's the way I do.
Big
That's how I
freaking
interiorly.
halberds. Yeah.
That's how I decorate my interiors.
Nice.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I do.
You should have as much security as you can possibly in a house. I agree 100%. You know, I mean, hell, I see so many push-in robberies around here. Like you can ask Six. We were on a live stream like a week ago, and he was in the middle of saying something, and I started saying, "Whoa, hold up," and I wasn't talking to him. I was telling my wife to stop changing the channel. Because they showed a woman in like 2 towns over, and I guess her grandkids pissed her off. She picked up a knife and stabbed the shit out of the 2 of them.
Shit! What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Yeah.
You know, around here, there's all sorts of crazy shit going on all the time. Like people, like you'll hear of a push-in where people just kick in the door and drag somebody out the house that they have a problem with and drive off with them in a van. You know, that shit happens around here daily. Because there's millions of people crammed into this. You know, I live on Long Island. You got to remember, you got Brooklyn, Queens, Nassau, and Suffolk. We got about, I think, 11 million people on this island. And it's like Hong Kong. We're packed up on top of each other. So,
Yeah.
it's not...
To put things in perspective, the entire city of San Antonio only has 2.2 million people. So,
yeah.
He's talking, what, how many times is that? I don't really do the math thing, but that's
so many more people.
That's around 5 times as many.
Yeah.
5 times the population of San Antonio is right there.
Yeah. That's the
That
thing.
is an insane amount.
Well, look at it this way. Where I live, it's 3.2 miles, and 1.6 miles of that is water. And within that amount of land, we have 48,000 people. That's just for the 1 census area. Think about that. That's a lot of people.
That is a shit ton of people.
Yeah, my graduating class, I think, was something like just in the one class, in the 1 grade. I want to say 400 and something, maybe near 500. I don't even remember. I didn't know everybody I went to school with.
That's a long graduation ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not worth going to.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's packed here. That's the thing. So that, you know, again, that's why I'm all for. If you want to put cameras in, fucking A, put night vision cameras in. Get laser trip sensors. Get everything you can to keep yourself safe. I'm a big proponent of that. Anything you can. Get yourself. You know what I say? Get yourself a full auto. Get yourself a full auto and one of those drum clips. Make sure you got yourself 100 rounds. Make sure you got a brass catcher. That way you're not scorching yourself with hot brass. And if they come into your property, make sure you empty the whole fucking clip at them.
Exactly.
It is worth the tax stamp and the FFL3 hoops you gotta jump through.
Absolutely.
I look at it this way: you want to keep your house safe and your family safe. You should have access to a flamethrower. It doesn't throw a rocket projectile. It can't, harm a vehicle. It doesn't throw an explosive. I see no reason why you should not have access to a Vietnam era flamethrower. If you have over an acre of property, you should have access to a flamethrower. If you come onto my property and you're going to try to harm my family, I want to torch you the fuck up. I don't care if you're in a car.
Fair enough.
Barbecue.
Just like Home Alone, that entire shit. That's all you need.
Have trouble sparking up your grill?
Flamethrower. Easy solution. Yeah, see, I thought tossing gasoline on it and then lighting that fucker up was the solution, but here I hear a flamethrower. That's the way to go.
Yeah, even stubborn briquettes will catch a light.
Nice.
Okay, hey, does anybody want to hear an uplifting story?
Yeah.
Well,
we have a Florida man story that has a happy ending.
What?
Oh shit.
Get the
Yep.
fuck out
That's
of here.
unheard of.
When a Oskaloosa man discovered a diamondback terrapin turtle caught in a crab trap in the wake of a Hurricane Nate, he found himself going to unusual lengths to save the creature. I knew if I didn't do anything, it would have died, Troy Russo told the Northwest Florida Daily News. So Russo resorted to a life-saving technique known to work on the human species, CPR.
Aww.
He was trying to get air, Russo said. His neck was extended, his eyes were still open. There was no movement. It was like, oh my gosh. Russo untangled the turtle from the trap, then saw it move slightly, so he began CPR. That turned out to be easier said than done, considering the turtle's shell an unhuman-like body. Instead of massaging the area around the heart, he pumped the turtle's legs in and out of its shell, which caused water to come out of its nose. I just put my mouth over its beak and tried to push some air in, Russo said. I did it 5 or 6 times, alternating with pushing the legs to try to expel water. After about half an hour, the turtle was revived and released back into the marsh near Russo's home. He later explained why he went to such lengths. I just always liked turtles. I just like them because I just like them as creatures. Well, I like turtles too.
So happy. Faith in humanity restored tenfold. Oh my gosh, I'm so pleased.
Thank you, Florida man.
Restored for the
Florida
moment.
man is the best.
Yeah, not to be the
Basically,
one to throw cold water on it. You ever have Diamondback? Good eating.
Good for soup, I hear.
Yeah, really good. Delicious, actually.
I got. Oh, okay. I got one.
Oh God.
Oh,
That's an
okay.
evil laugh right there.
I've been told that. I've been told that sometimes I have an evil laugh.
Just a little bit.
Nothing wrong with it.
It sounds pretty devious, not gonna lie.
It's all bark and no bite. Let's see if this stupid thing will actually load. Come on. It's from a website I am not familiar with. Stupid computer. Okay, it's from the palmbaydaily.com. Oh, she's a winner. Palm Bay woman bites husband after changing password.
What?
Dang.
Okay.
Okay. This is a Florida woman story. Palm Bay, Florida. A 53-year-old woman was arrested in Palm Bay after biting her husband when he changed their computer password at home.
That bastard.
Police. Yep, that bastard. Police said Mary Jo King of Palm Bay got into a verbal argument with her husband after he changed the computer password. The defendant then shouted that her husband knew the password before jumping on her husband's back, where she began striking him, the officer said. While she was latched onto her husband's back, King bit him on his head. Bit him on his head.
Not the fun head.
She bit a man's head.
To be honest, I could totally see myself doing that to my boyfriend. He changed the password. But he wouldn't call the cops on me. He'd just laugh.
I'm surprised you haven't released that as a video yet.
Well, I don't see him very often, but I can arrange it.
Oh boy. The husband had marks that were consistent with being bit. King's son told police that he heard a loud verbal argument and observed his mother latched on his father's back while biting his head. Damn. When offers questioned King, she was uncooperative and said she was going to ignore them.
Oh, fuck.
King was arrested for battery, domestic violence, and transported to the Brevard County Jail.
What a woman.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's not just 53, she's an older looking 53.
Vibe was talking with her.
Yeah,
Hey.
she's 53 with a lot of miles.
Got dealt a shitty hand in her card game of life.
Yeah.
That actually impresses me that a 53-year-old woman can jump onto her husband and bite him on the head.
Says 53, she looks closer to 73 in my opinion.
God damn.
Meth is a bad drug. Don't do it.
Not even once, kids.
Not even once.
Damn. That's only 13 years older than I am now. Damn. Anyhow.
Okay, 6. We'll still love
You're a
you
lot
when
better
you're old.
You're a lot better looking than her, 6.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. There's another one here. It's kind of a downer. I'm not going to read that. Let's see. There's that one. Does anybody have any suggestions they'd like to throw my way?
Oh, I got one.
Oh, you do? What you got there?
See if you can read this with a straight face. By the way, Sylvana said check Chaos 120.
Is that a challenge? Oh my gosh. It's a HuffPo article. This could be difficult.
That's never a good start.
Sometimes it's a fantastic start.
What the
Sometimes.
Ajax.
Come on now.
Is Ajax on
All
HuffPo
right. All right. I'll read it. Tiny kitten needs a butthole, and a cat rescue group is trying to help.
What the fuck?
10-day-old Cluck needs surgery and fast. In many ways, Cluck is like any other 10-day-old kitten. She's sweet, adorable, and is learning to crawl around. But the one way she is different has life-threatening effects. She was born without a butthole. So no, there won't be any tongue buttering, any turtle cave in this.
Oh my god.
Cluck, who was rescued from the Los Angeles streets with her mother and other members of her litter, suffers from a condition called an imperforate anus. I'll read that again. An imperforate anus. That means her urine and feces come out of the same hole.
Ooh.
According to Sean Simmons of the Kitty Bungalow Charm School for Wayward Cats, a street cat rescue clinic. Cluck's condition was discovered 4 days ago, and she needs an operation very soon or she will die, Simmons said. Right
That
now
sounds like
she...
the UTI that never ends.
Yeah. Right now, she's nursing off her mom, so her poop is very liquidy, Simmons told HuffPost. When she gets on harder food, it will be impossible for poop to pass through. Simmons is hoping to improve Cluck's prognosis by raising money for an operation via a crowd rise campaign called Kitty Needs a Butthole.
Aww.
Simons hopes to raise $4,000 in the next week so that Cluck can get the anus she needs to survive.
Guys, donate to a good cause.
They need to have a surfing competition to raise the money. That way they could be the butthole surfers.
Yeah.
Hey, Plain.
Yeah.
How much is a standard 380 round?
I could have told you right before I got kicked out from behind the counter at Walmart at the gun counter. That's where I was 10 minutes ago, getting kicked out by some crazy old woman who thought she could tell me what to do.
All right.
You can't tell me what to do.
Seriously, it actually passed just like the rest of the aisle, and I was just wandering down looking at stuff. So I was down there getting a couple of covers because it's supposed to get cold tomorrow and freeze, and I don't want to blow my faucets outside. So I was just wandering down the aisle, and I didn't realize that I'd gotten behind the gun counter because it was built in like it was part of the aisle. And I was just trying to check their ammo prices because they're local, and I may as well find out what's there.
Yep.
Right.
So you got shoot off.
I was just curious because they're talking about $4,000. I figured 38 should do it. 380 should do it.
380. I don't remember anything being near that much, but I don't know how many rounds you're talking.
Not just one. We just got to take out a kitten.
Yes, it's nowhere near $1,000, but you know, if you want it delivered, that's when it costs you if you want that round delivered. But the thing is, they don't usually deliver the whole round. They insist on just the tip.
Just the tip.
Let's see. Quote, we would first need to get an MRI to see how extensive the problem is and to see where her intestines connect, she said. The surgery is risky, but Simons feels Cluck is a good candidate. She is gaining weight and seems healthy other than not having the butthole, she said. As of Friday afternoon, the Kitty Keister campaign had raised $465, which bodes well for the success. Simon said anything raised beyond $4,000 will be used to help the other cats in her facility, even those that have buttholes.
Aw. See, every single time you say butthole, it makes me go inside.
Yeah. It sucks that she has to be the butt of the jokes.
Oh.
Poor little Cluck.
This makes me so happy.
Somebody in a hailstorm?
I'm driving in a rainstorm.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, is that so? That's the whole story.
That's the whole story. That's the butthole story.
Huh?
So we're getting to the tail end of that story now.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Been brought to the rear.
See, but was that all of it?
Oh.
You know, if they didn't raise enough money and got the surgery anyway, their account would be in arrears.
Up shit creek without a paddle.
I think I need to go lie down.
Are you gonna lay down on your butt?
That's fuck. I can't escape it, can I?
No,
the puns.
No
the
ifs, ands, or buts. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Pure ass cancer.
I'll say.
She asked for it.
Are you guys proud of yourself? I hope so.
I am.
So you're backing us into a corner.
I thought my puns were falling behind.
Help!
Well, you just got to learn how to turn the other cheek. Touche.
You proud? You like you should be. You are triggering me.
I'm just flying at the seat of my pants.
You take that back.
Thank God I only have 13 more minutes left to deal with you batshit crazy insane nutcases.
Amen.
Holy cat butt.
Okay.
If you ride in a train, are you in the caboose?
Well, you ain't got none unless you got buns, hon.
Let's what else we got here?
Are you trying to backdoor in another story here?
So I'm gonna see if I can find anybody named Seymour Butts.
Jesus fucking hell, mate.
Let's see. Oh, a fat dog survived a bear attack.
That's me.
A layer of fat saved a Florida dog during a bear attack.
Okay.
So there's that old myth that large amounts of girth makes some people bulletproof. That's actually a myth.
You sure about that?
I saw the Mythbusters episode.
Myth.
So,
Yes.
They are the end-all be-all of authority on shenanigans. Is that what you're telling me?
They sounded pretty convincing.
Mm-hmm. Did they show you things like evidence?
I guess so. Well, I can't look at the article because there's a stupid Sensodyne Pro Enamel toothpaste commercial that won't go the fuck away.
Those bastards.
There it goes. Okay. Altamont Springs, Florida. A layer of fat saved a Florida dog during a bear attack. Frika is an overweight miniature pinscher, but her 15-pound frame may be the reason she survived the terrifying encounter. She was attacked by a bear while out in her yard at Altamont Springs Tuesday. The vet said she's really hardy. She said the extra layer of fat kept the bear's claw from tearing out her intestines.
Ooh,
Said
nice.
the dog's owner, Eric Vaughn, or Jan. It's like Vaughn with a Y. It looks like Jan. He must be
You know, if
very
something
exciting.
had happened to the intestines, I know of a cat that could use a butthole.
Frika has, yes, the name of the dog is Frika, has continued to recover well after getting more than a dozen stitches. Bears are frequently spotted in the community, which is located near a wilderness area.
Duh, bears.
Duh, bears.
Duh, bears.
I feel offended on behalf of all Chicagoans. And it's not, I don't even feel like emotionally offended. I just feel obligatorily offended. That's all.
Can't knock the
Well,
super fans.
That'll be the last story, because the last one Colleen Bernier has graced us with is holy shit.
Oh God.
It deals with murder, so I'm not gonna get into that.
Murder?
So we ended on a high point: a dog surviving a bear attack, and a turtle being resuscitated via CPR.
And a kitten without a butthole.
A kitten without a butthole, but there is some hope on the horizon. There is light at the end of its tunnel.
Yeah, because liberals are crazy and they'll throw money at anything.
I like it.
So the floor is yours, I suppose, Ms. Weebo.
Well, I don't really have very much left to say except for keep an eye out for my video hitting stores within like the next 24 hours. It'll be out. It's a part 1 of like 2-part video. It's the introduction to a new series I'm calling The Biggest of Bigots. It's gonna be interesting.
Am I episode 1?
No.
Episode 1.
It's much like
Phantom Plane.
Much like my hashtag everything is sexist video goes after people you wouldn't normally think, like the MSM or just the mainstream opinion of is bigots, you know.
Oh, okay.
So it deals with people that are activists, but in a really, really bigoted way.
Oh, so like Franny.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's got a clever title to it.
It does.
Unlike all of the other normie bag people, foot nut cases. I don't know. I don't have very many. Like I don't have very many zingers left in me tonight.
I've got nuts. How come I didn't get a case?
I'm sorry. Next time
I
we'll
feel
get you a
cheated.
case.
A tasteful clamshell design, or maybe perhaps a leather one with a zipper.
That sounds a little gay.
Yeah. You guys want to show yourselves? Go ahead. Got any content coming out?
Well, I do have an announcement. We can scratch another one of our people off the APB list.
Ooh, yes.
I was contacted by a one Falcon Millennial today.
Oh
Nice.
shit!
And he has regretted to inform me he's been in kind of a bad spot. He's in some kind of legal trouble right now. He wasn't explicit about exactly what, but he's been dealing with that, and that's why he's been off the radar.
Understand.
That actually sucks.
We are still looking for the slightly salty guys, OK Ranger and Euphoric, and we're also looking for Mr. Aloha Snack Bar. So APBs are still fresh and current for those guys.
Gotcha.
All right.
Well, at least the list is dwindling, right?
Indeed.
I'm glad he's at least in a known situation. I'm still sorry he's in legal trouble. Unless he deserves it, in which case, fuck him. But,
exactly.
you know, he doesn't seem the type, though.
Fair enough.
And I don't really have anything other to shill. If you guys are into T-shirts, I have one at T Public. If you're so inclined. Let's see.
If I had the finances, I would buy all of the merch, but I can't even buy my own merch.
As soon as I get the cash, I will buy some of your merch.
Oh, you're so sweet.
So you can buy lots of ramen noodles.
You the bomb. You the bomb.com. You know that?
Awesome.
And I don't mean that in like an Aloha snack bar type way. I mean that in a sincere and productive, non-life-threatening manner.
You mean
for
it like
any, national security people out there who are listening in?
You mean it like the hip kids mean it?
Yep. That's exactly how I mean it. I'm not good with colloquialisms. I was
You're the
never
best
the
with
type.
colloquialisms.
I was never the best with colloquialisms because that's just I'm not who I am.
Very well. And that's
Did I
all.
say that word right the first time though? That's
you came close.
I got close. Fair enough. All right. Anyone else want to shill?
I'll shill.
All right,
Everyone,
do
if
it.
you like my content and want to hear more out of me, instead I suggest you go subscribe to the next 6 minutes. Because I have a husky puppy and haven't been getting off my ass and actually making videos because I'm trapped in the basement with the puppy.
Uh-oh.
Plain you lazy fuck.
And the puppy has a broken bottle.
What?
He's holding Plane hostage. The puppy has a broken bottle.
He is a Russian puppy.
Okay.
I cut you, Tovarish.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Nope, for the $2. Buy a ramen noodle for Weebo. That's the best.
Das Verdanya, Plane.
Sustaining my unhealthy lifestyle. You the best.
Yeah, I'll start making stuff again as soon as I can break free long enough to make videos more often. I keep going to start and I just go. It is. It's like having an infant, except they'll never learn to talk.
Aw, poor thing. You can teach him to grab you beer out of the fridge, though.
I could. I don't trust him to not just take it for himself, though.
That's what my brother's trying to do with Daphne.
His girlfriend?
Not working out. No, our dog, the golden retriever.
Oh, okay.
My heightened production value.
Nice.
Not working out too well for him.
I was gonna say, if his girlfriend can't figure out how to open the refrigerator, he might want to find a new one. She must have one amazing rack if he's keeping her around. She can't get a beer.
I can't.
Boy doesn't have a girlfriend.
How do I get into cold
if he's too busy training a dog to go get his beer, he's not going to have time for a girlfriend.
True.
Priorities, my man. Priorities.
Oh, no, thanks for the $2 again. But does he have a butthole? You know, that's a good question. Wait, who are we talking about? My brother?
Or her dog? Or so the next 6 minutes does, from what I hear. But he might only have half of one. Because it is a brown eye and he's only half Mexican.
Hey, I crap out Neapolitan.
Fair enough.
I didn't know you were Italian. Viva Naples.
Fair enough. You filthy Italian.
You dirty wop.
Come on now.
I say as a Neapolitan myself.
So you got to be accurate. Half beaner.
Yeah. Are we talking? We're talking refried right now, or pintos, right? Not black beans. That'd be Cubano.
Yeah. So we're talking pintos.
Okay.
And,
just
and
want to
only
make
half
sure
of them.
because I was going to ask how you got there from Florida.
All right, we got 60 seconds left. Children, anything you want to say to the audience of 20?
Okay.
Boobs.
Sure.
Boobs.
Sure, okay. I'm Scooby331. Check me out on minds.com, YouTube, and Gab AI.
All right.
I'm Sweeper Steve, and I know we're missing Burnside, but keep those candles lit.
Candles lit.
Gotcha.
Mugs out for Harambe.
Okay, and that's the 1 o'clock in the morning mark. Kids, I'm going to go pass. I don't know what you guys are going to do, but I hope it is fun.
I'm going to go.
Thank you for joining us this lovely Saturday night. Don't forget to set your clocks back and enjoy the rest of your weekend.
Crap, is that tonight?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. I'm going to go
3
eat
hours.
some
Woohoo!
beans and
3 extra
reset my
hour.
clock.
Peace, bitches.